Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back if this is not your first time. First and foremost, I want to wish you a very happy and prosperous 2024. 2023 has been a very great year for me. We've had our losses in our family, but we were still blessed. 2023 was the year of why not? Why not put your mind and energy to all of the things that bring you joy? So here on my channel, I love fragrances and I love to share my love of fragrances with others. Today I want to go over my top 2023 purchases that I purchased in 2023 that were love at first sniffs. So if you are interested in what I have to share, stay tuned. Alright guys, this list is kind of long, so I'm trying to go through it fairly fast. Many of these have been featured in my masterpiece video, so I'll link that below. But without further ado, let's jump in. The first one here was a fragrance that I was not sure about, only because I heard of the word oud and it scared me. I just blind bought it and I'm so glad I did. Scherzo by Miller Harris, and this is a sweet oud rose. This fragrance is so stunning. It's one of my favorite oud fragrances, and this changed my mind of how I felt about oud. I thought it was pungent. I thought it wasn't for me, and I couldn't find an oud that I loved until I found Scherzo. As you can see, I have been wearing it pretty heavy and I just can't get enough of this. So this is Scherzo by Miller Harris. The next fragrance here is one of the most beautiful bottles that I've ever laid my eyes on. I'm so glad that it's refillable, so that way I can continue to look at the artistry of this bottle. And this here is Soie Malaquais by Dries van Noten. And as you can see, it has the beautiful artwork. This here is a fruity cacao floral fragrance with a note of silk and chestnut. This is the epitome of silky smoothness. It is quite feminine, and I think it is a romantic night with your significant other. It is just how silk feels on your hand. This is how this smells. I love this fragrance. It is just so beautiful and feminine to me. And once again, this here is Soie Malaquais by Dries van Noten. The next one here I thought was really hyped up and made me very curious. And after I saw a review and someone was describing it, I just had to get it. And this here is Vibrato by Sospiro. And it has the felt bottle. It has the beautiful notes of grapefruit, jasmine, magnolia, ginger, musk, as well as some light powdery notes, not too powdery. And this is my favorite go-to for that dewy, fresh, herbal accent. It just makes me feel so clean when I wear this. I think this would be so good for summertime, and I can't wait to wear this in the summer. Once again, this is Vibrato by Sospiro. Next is a fragrance that knocked my Fleur Narcotique off the top list for me. And this here is Levant by Ormande. And before I got this, I was in love with Fleur Narcotique. And this here is just gorgeous. It's a beautiful floral woody musk. It's very reminiscent of the beautiful white florals that's in here. White florals as well as the peony and the rose that's in here. Even with the florals, this is a unisex fragrance. And I think it's very signature worthy. I love this. So this here is Levant by Ormande. Next fragrance here is a lactonic masterpiece that came that was launched in 2023. And this here is Blanche Bête by Imaginaires. And this is a lactonic musky floral beauty. I love this. I loved it at first sniff. It's a creamy, soft floral that leaves this unique scent trail. And oh my gosh, this has a beautiful sillage as well as beautiful projection. I love wearing this. This has beautiful sillage and projection, and it was love at first sniff. This next fragrance just packs a beautiful punch. It's soft, but it is mighty. And this here is Musc Panache by Maison Rebatchi, and it's my new go-to soft girl fragrance. It smells just like the way it looks. As you can see, this beautiful light blue juice, and it's very cold and calming, and it has citrus, iris, honeysuckle, and musk. It's my go-to for bedtime fragrance, but overall it's just one of those fragrances that you want to wear. It's one of those fragrances that you wear that's just so calming. So once again, this is Musc Panache by Maison Rebatchi. The next one here is a beautiful fragrance that was created by Quentin Biche. As you know, he's one of my favorite perfumers. And this here is Valaya by Parfums de Marly. And the fragrance, again, just smells just like the way this bottle is. Very beautiful, feminine. It has a luminous white peach. It has orange blossom, akigala wood, which is a note that he loves, as well as vanilla and musk. It's a pretty girl scent. It is signature scent worthy, and it has the most beautiful sillage and projection. This lasts all day. I see a lot of people layer this with other fragrances, but to me, this is gorgeous by itself. So once again, this is Valaya by Parfums de Marly. This next fragrance was recommended to me by a subscriber, and I apologize if I butchered the pronunciation, but this here is Reflet sur le Levant by Malaquais. And I'm so glad that she started her own line. She's another fragrance perfumer that is one of my all-time favorites. And this here is a floral honey balm. It is so potent. It smells like the color of the juice. You see the amber color here? It smells just like that. I like how clean and airy it feels. Even though it is a amber fragrance, it's still clean and airy. This is the third fragrance that I have bought from this house, and every single one of them that I've put my nose on have been a love at first sniff. But this one here, this is gorgeous, and it is just a fragrance that can be worn anywhere, anytime, by anybody, and I love this. This is gorgeous. Get your nose on this. This next one here was also a big rave for 2023. Very hard to get here in the United States, but I was able to get my hands on it. And this here is Babycat by Yves Saint Laurent. And this is also another gorgeous amber. This was created by Dominique Ropion, and it's a well-balanced resinous sweetness. It's unisex. It can be worn by anyone at any time, and it's well worth the hype. It has a beautiful suede note, which is something that I didn't think I would be a big fan of, but that suede note in here is gorgeous. And this just reminds me of quiet luxury. It's a fragrance that is just so quiet, but it knows that it's luxurious. So this here is Babycat by Yves Saint Laurent. This next fragrance, I have raved about this on my channel before and other videos, and it's another beauty created by Quentin Biche, and this here is Ganymede by Marc Antoine Barrois. And I think this is such a beautiful, mysterious fragrance. Words can't describe how this smells. All I can tell you is that it's unique in its mineral essence, and it's very long lasting. And it's one of those fragrances that you have to spray and wear it all day. You're not going to like it at first spray, and you have to let this sit and warm up with your body heat. I cannot describe it, but I do know that it's a masterpiece. I get so many compliments when I'm wearing this. I've had coworkers who've picked up their phone and ordered it right there on the spot after I've told them what I was wearing. So this is gorgeous, and this is Ganymede by Marc Antoine Barrois. This next fragrance was also created by one of my favorite perfumers, and this is Nefs by Nishane. Created by Chris Maurice, and this is a 10 out of 10 complex masterpiece. It has amazing performance. It has so many notes, but what I get from it is the honey, the saffron, the geranium, as well as the vanilla and the whiskey. The leather in here is something that I would say is like a leather handbag or a nice leather coat, and that is the leather that I can tolerate. It's smooth and just buttery to me. This is well balanced. Even though it has so many notes in here, I think this is very well balanced, and it just has the right amount of sweetness, the right amount of florals, as well as the deep bass that you get from the leather and the oud. This is gorgeous. So once again, this is Nefs by Nishane. So this next fragrance also knocked off one of my favorites, which was Musc Therapy. And this here is Moschus by Rania J. My apologies if I mispronounce it, but this here is my new go-to musk. I loved Musc Therapy, but what I didn't like is that it did not last. And with this fragrance here, I am able to smell this on me all day. It is more beautiful and refined than Musc Therapy, and I can smell the black currant, which is what Musc Therapy does not have, and I think the black currant is what makes this so unique and different. But most of all, I love the fact that I can smell this all day and I don't have to touch up. Whereas Musc Therapy, I love the DNA of Musc Therapy, but I can't smell it after about 5 hours. So this here is a new love. This is Moschus by Rania J. This next fragrance here is a house that I have fallen in love with this past year, and that house is Scherzo. And the fragrance that I'm going to talk about is Apollonia by Scherzo. And this here is a beautiful creamy musk with white florals. It has that buttery orris and powdery notes, and the powderiness dies down and it doesn't stay very long, but it's very airy as well as a nice casual scent. What comes to mind is angelic. This fragrance is so angelic, and I can just picture someone in a beautiful white flowy dress, and that is what comes to mind when I think of Apollonia by Scherzo. And last but not least, this next fragrance is the GOAT. I mean, this hit the market and I loved it at first sniff. This here is another creation by Quentin Biche, and this is Guidance by Amarage. And this is my #1 fragrance. It is at the top of my list. And most of all, I love this for the pear, the olibanum, the akigala wood, as well as the hazelnut. This is so beautiful. I think it can be worn by man and woman, but to me, this brings out my femininity and it dominates. This is one of those fragrances that will last for a lifetime, it feels like, but this lasts. And it's just, the presence of this is just the femininity as well as the vibrance and the elegance. This is elegant, and it just makes me so happy when I smell this, and when I wear this I get compliments galore. Last, this is Guidance by Amarage. Alright guys, that concludes my list for top purchases of 2023. I want to wish everyone a prosperous and safe 2024. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I want to hear which one of these fragrances is something that you own and love, and also share with me a fragrance that's on your top 2023 purchase list, and maybe something that you would recommend to me. Thank you again, and I want to also thank you for those who have subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, go on and hit the bell, and I'll see you again next time. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.